Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Is there anybody there? Yeah, it's me. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. You guys been all right?
Yeah, been good.
It's been a month, I think. I think a lot can happen in a day. Boy, a lot has happened in a month. That's for sure. How you been, Bob? What you been up to? Anything good?
Yeah, just sort of work really. I finally got round to doing the brakes, front brakes and Wheezy. That was about it.
Cool. How's work and stuff away from the club? Bit busy?
Busy.
Yeah.
Manic, yeah. But it pays the bill, so can't really complain.
This is it. As long as it puts your chocolate cake on the table when you need it.
Oh yeah.
This is it. Liam, how you been?
Been all right. Working a lot of shifts lately. But apart from that, yeah, not much. Doing to the car. Yeah, working and sleeping. That's about it.
Yeah, it's me busy on the club. Not as busy as other people have been on the club. Just stuff I do in the background. So, massive shout out to all the staff members for all the tireless, hard work they're doing in the background. Yeah, club stuff. We'll probably chat about a few things been going on. Worldwide stuff. Wow, it seems to be getting mad from day to day since we've been on last. We seem to be losing a lot of our heroes in that. To be honest, Bobby Moore. Yeah, absolutely threw me when I heard that, and like a lot of Sean Connery passing today, hearing about Des O'Connor and Ray Clements. So yeah, my heart goes out to all their people and them their families as well. So yeah, that's where I've been for the last couple. I've been working very hard on my own stuff, my new website. Hopefully you guys will probably see a bit more of that coming up soon with my own business. But from a club perspective, yeah, been looking forward to the live. Like I said, we've been away for a month. I know a few people had kind of settled down with bottles of Guinness or whatever, expecting a live, and it didn't happen. We can only apologise. But yeah, we're here now. Bob, what kind of plans have we got? Anything majorly lined up for us this evening?
We've got a few bits to go over. Usual sponsors we can go over. Blog, there's been a few updates on the blog on the website.
Cool.
Sites to check out. The VIP section as well on the website.
Yeah, cool. Massively, yeah. Yeah, we're kind of at the moment, I think we're live on YouTube, should be live on Facebook main group, also on the media group as well. So hopefully, I don't know how many of the comments are coming through, but on Facebook I can see hey Lisa, the daughter's in. Hi. Yeah, Ray Mitchell joined on there, Gemma Louise Evans joined, and Wayne Turner. Hi to all of you. Yeah, I think we've got some chat bits to catch up in here, Bob.
Yeah, got Carl Scott, good evening, got beer and e-cig, I'm good to go. That's good to me. Christina, evening all. Evening, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
John as well. Evening, John. Dave Coe. Hateful folks. I wouldn't miss a live. Oh, cheers, Dave.
Cheers, Dave. Absolute star.
I don't know who this one is. If someone can.
Hey, I think that might be my daughter. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it was.
Jordan. Hello, everyone. Evening, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Simon, hello from Wet Wales. Yeah,
Hi,
it's not
Simon.
much better this end, to be honest.
No, it's not. The weather's been absolutely about 8 foot of snow today in Kent, funnily enough.
I didn't come this side of the river, so it was all right.
It was the wind, but it kept. Oh, my money can. Everyone would be going out now and putting covers on their cars. Yeah.
Liam, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, from Dave. 3 amigos, Liam, RJ, and Bob. Hi.
Woo. Hello, man.
Chris Rickson. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, I think we're all caught up.
I'm not entirely sure what way I'm actually facing because my phone's sideways, just so I can get a bigger picture.
Cool.
So have to bear with me.
Richard Amos has said, "Evening, guys," on Facebook. Young Tom Bell has joined. Someone that seems to have fallen out with the love of his the T, I believe. Young Tom. Richard Amos, hi, and also Ian Hadley's on the Facebook main group as well. So, I suppose quick shout out to sponsors. We've had a little bit of a change around with that. You know what? It's been tough times all around. I just wanted to say thank you to Amit of AM Autos over there in Essex, who'd been sponsoring the club for a couple of years. For whatever the reasons were, they didn't want to carry on the sponsorship, but just wanted to say thank you for those last couple of years. And a massive shout out to our current sponsors, Select Tints, Mirror Image Car Care, Next Based, Power Max, 247 Competitions, Collins Performance, Supreme Engraving, very local to me, as is Select Tints. Chris Knott, as always, Track Day Door Cards, Blue Spark and Ghost Vehicle Protection. If anyone is thinking about maybe sponsoring a club, wants to do so, get in touch with us either on the website or on the Facebook page. We've had quite a lot, so I think because we've been off for a month, there's been a lot of new memberships. So just a quick shout out to the first three were two people that, thanks to club member Adrian Pierce, who took an that had won a year's free membership, were Claire Sibley, I believe, and Stephen Harding. And also I added one in there for Laura Harris. Also membership been taken out by Gary Clark. If I get any of these names wrong, just blame the Liam. Gary Clark, Graham Butcher, Christine Soggen, I knew that was good. I thought that one was bad. Sean Belengi, that's probably wrong as well. Martin Hubbard, Ray Blythe, Adam Hopton, Paul Jones, Lindsay Robson, Breeden Geeson, Gerald Evans, Philip Green, Eric Stone, Liam Swift, Christian Healy, and today finally sorted out Ian Munn. Ian, if you are watching, I did try and tag you on the club, but I think because your privacy settings are closed, I was unable to tag you on the club. So yeah, massive thanks to all those sponsors and all those people that have taken out the membership.
Yeah, thank you guys. I don't think people realise how much it actually sort of helps behind the scenes.
Definitely. And for those people that had got membership, just make you guys aware, you get to hear about, if you're part of the VIP group, you'll get to hear about things a lot quicker. So I believe at the moment, last time I looked, I can't remember if it was 135 people in a VIP group. There's about 150, 160 that haven't joined the VIP group. And the main reason from that is when you go to when you log into the website, on the main bit on your profile, it will say that it's set to private. You need to set it to public, and then you can go to menu and then go to groups and then request to join the VIP group. You're missing out on a lot of bits. Have we got the link on that, Bob?
Yeah.
3 posts, you kind of see there what Bob's put up. We've got all the current members, what are on there. Liam posting an awesome picture where he left his car for 2 weeks. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, there's loads of bits on there. We've got a lot of new information that will come out, and moving forward, it will go to VIP group before it goes to anything else. There's loads of hidden parts on the website that only VIP members with membership can actually see. We will be adding more to that as as getting access to all the deals and discount section, and also getting a discount to buy club merch, etc. Which a massive shout out to Anne Louise for the new club decal we've got out, which is Ford Club GB Heartbeat. Which I think initially I see a design for it by John, our senior mod, John Cuthbert. I spoke to Anne about it. We come up with an original design, which we decided to kind of improve it, and that's what we've ended up with. So yeah, really happy about that. I can't wait to see some of them in the flesh. And just on that bit on club orders, quite obviously where we are at the moment with COVID-19, with the postal services, with numbers going up and up and up, as regards to that, there is we're saying at the moment, the working days as regards to getting specific orders out that don't come direct from me will be those 7 to 21 working days. That doesn't include bank holidays, doesn't include Saturdays or Sundays. If it's orders coming direct from me, I would aim to get them out closer from 7 to 14 days on that. So yeah, thanks a lot. But like I said, with the VIP, make sure you're setting your profile to the public if that's what you want to do. What happens when you set it to public? I might hear someone ask. So basically, it doesn't mean that any Tom, Dick and Harry can go on the website and see your public profile. It's only other members of the VIP group can see it. I can't add you to the group unless you've got that. So you can download, you can go to, hopefully I've got this right, if you're on iOS, if you go to iTunes, the iTunes store, or is it the Samsung store on Android, that kind of thing. If you search for the Wix app, you can download the Wix app, and there's loads of cool features in there that you can constantly keep up to date. I think we've got a few little things happening on the website come when we get to December the 1st, where update a little bit of a Christmas theme on there as well. And don't forget, if you are wanting to order anything for friends or family over Christmas, we can also send them out directly to the person that you want to give the present to. If that's how you want it to be a custom order to go to a friend or a family, rather than you ordering it and you then got to post it on to them. If it's something that's coming directly from me, I can even Christmas the gift wrap the item if anyone wants that. Just get it in the touch of me, and that's the something I can arrange. So yeah, that's all I want to speak about as regards to the website, the stickers, and the VIP group. You guys been on the VIP yourself? What's your take on it?
Lynn?
Yeah, I don't know who's first. I'm still getting to grips with Wix. It's something I don't use a lot.
You bought some timber?
Hey?
You bought some wood?
Yeah, I've been in the woods. I've been behaved. Now, I put a photo up in the VIP group, as you can see, which I've got to thank Ian Hadley. Cheers for the comment on that, saying, got to say that pick of Liam's car in the forest is the business. Thank you.
It is a beautiful picture.
Yeah, literally, I'm getting used to the Wix app now. it's just something else that we can share content with each other. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think before we go over to Bob on that, there's also for you guys that have paid for membership, as well as getting the whole that stuff on the website. There's actually a forum on there as well. So for whatever reason, they're saying majorly goes down with Facebook. It's still a place where people can interact. But I would say that the group works a lot better than what the forum does, to be absolutely honest. And that's the reason why we kind of introduced that, where people can just chat in to general, and you can't. Go on.
Sorry, buddy. Did you say recently look about putting like new sponsors in there, or an area for what sponsors we have for club?
There is. I'll let Bob comment on that as well. But there is a specific part on the website. If people go to the menu section, you've got all the services thing, which is for members only. I think there's some other bits there that is also for members only as well, but we'll be looking at adding the more content and putting other bits and pieces. So we've got more people doing the blogs on there now, so keep an eye out for the blogs that should go out to absolutely everyone. If you're not getting the emails, it's because you're not subscribed to the emails. If you remember, you need to make sure you subscribe to the email as well. Right, I'm absolutely lagging again. God, cheers. Bob, thoughts on the VIP, considering it was you that set it up, pal?
Yeah, I mean, like Liam, I'm trying to use it on the app rather than the full-blown website. Still trying to get my head around it a bit.
Yeah.
Things seem to be hidden away. Not like massively, just even from an admin point of view, stuff sort of not where you'd expect to find it. But I mean, yeah, it works well. Like you said, if Facebook goes down, it's another method for us to keep in contact and get our stuff out there.
Yeah, we also, as daft as Cecilia, some people might think it is, I also award the badges for people that. So as soon as you sign up for your membership, you automatically get your VIP badge. If you go into the VIP group and you do a post, if you've not got it already, you will also get another badge just for posting actually in there as well. But yeah, we're aiming to add a hell of a lot more. I think for how long we've had the website going and trying to add other bits in there, it is only going to improve. Because I'm on the Mac all day, I find it easier to do things on the Mac. But I'm finding now that when I'm sorting out new memberships, I'm working with the app as well. It could kind of coexist, and you're kind of doing both. Just having a look, see if we've got. I'm just having a look on the Facebook side of things. Just quickly, John, I think he's not a million miles from me with the Mark 5 Cortina, who's been to a few events with us, has joined. James Summerfield, I'm still waiting for a request to be accepted. James, I've messaged you. I've lost count how many times I've messaged you, bud. You need to set your profile to public. It's set to private, and until you set it to that, I can't accept you, bud. It's as simple as that, unfortunately. Mel, hi. Hope you and the family, and Tyson, is it? Hope you're well. Ian Adley again, as you said, Liam mentioned about how cool your picture was. Evening to Nathan. Ricky Dicky Davis has joined, and so is David Belcher. That's just on the Facebook side. Don't know if we've got any other bits to add on the.
Yeah, we'll catch up quick. Chris says it's my first time on live. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy it, Chris.
Cool.
Dave says, when the new Focus arrives, I'm getting a Nextbase dash cam and have already been on to Chris Knott. Their insurance quote was very competitive. Thanks, Full Club GB, for discounts.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
No problem. I'm with Chris Knott as well this year. They beat my last insurer by, I think it's about 40 quid.
Oh, that's cool.
So another tank of fuel. Not going to complain.
Yeah.
That's who Anne Louise is with as well. Yeah.
Cole Scott says, heartbeat decal going on Stan's bonnet guard. I reckon that'll look good there.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Project STRS. Hi, hope you're all well. Welcome.
Hi, bud.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Cole, you could make a Stan Club GB for Stan the Van club.
Okay, so moving on from that, I know it's like I said about a month ago when we had our last live, but a few birthday shout outs to a few people. It's only a few people that I picked out earlier on. Mickey Gow, come on. No, don't come on down, man. You can. Mickey Gow, happy birthday. Ricky Jameson, Chris McDonald, Paul Helen Phillips, happy birthday to you. Just gone in the last week or so. Dave Hester, Callum Luke, Zoe Davis, who I believe owns a wicked for Full Capri, Chris Lewis, Barry Bradbury, Jessica Towers, and Martin Bridges. Happy birthday to all you, the guys.
Yeah, happy birthday, guys. Hope you had a good one.
Cool.
Yeah, should be good.
So, are we aware of anything that's been going on the Ford platform? Anything coming out from them?
Obviously, the Puma ST release, I think it's released or it's soon. I think they've definitely taken pre-orders already.
Yeah, they're taking pre-orders, and yeah, I think it is released soon. But I think with the current situation at the moment, I'm not too sure if it's going to be delayed slightly.
Have they not got a special bookings system in place?
I'm not sure. Obviously, one of our members mentioned last night, Mel.
Yeah,
she mentioned these. It's like a click and collect service, which I found quite amusing.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the words, and I couldn't. I know SMCC are doing that, which are down the road. They're I'm just on their website now. They're kind of doing that as well.
I know I saw on an advert, if you're looking to buy a new car, you can discuss it with them on the phone, which is obviously what Mel was saying last night as well.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad that you can actually do that and still get what you need.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of dealerships do they'll sort of FaceTime you and walk around the car with you.
Yeah, which is good.
SMC are saying we operate a click and collect service with a 72-hour home delivery depending on stock. We are here to help you. Get in touch. So yeah, I'll be honest. I've not overly heard of any news coming out from Ford side. I know Rates Ford over in Essex, which the company that offers our members awesome the discounts and have been for the last 2 or 3 years. I think they had a before we went back into lockdown for the second time. They had a day where they had the Puma ST over there. I did get a invite and that, but I thought that just based on I might buy it, I didn't go. So yeah, it looks an absolutely awesome. We seem to get more and more people that are joining that got the new big Pumas and that. So yeah, hopefully the madness ends so soon. It'd be cool to actually. I know that Bob. I think you took one for the test drive. I know it wasn't the ST, Bob. Was it? Was it just a normal one?
It was the 150 or 155 brake one. Yeah, I mean it was good. It wasn't. Honestly, I prefer it over the EcoSport.
Yeah.
There's a lot more tech on it than the EcoSport.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great car.
Cool.
I didn't have the money at the time.
This is the biggest thing, to be honest. Bagsy number 2 membership. There is those people that have got membership numbers. People that have quite obviously have not carried on the membership. There is a limited amount of numbers that are available, which maybe I might publish to some point. The ex staff have left the club, or members have decided not to carry on. Yeah, I'm just having a quick look on there. What was there something about this? What did we have here? Liam Miller, if you go down the woods tonight. Oh dear.
Excuse me.
Hi. Bagsy number 2 membership. Yeah, wow. I can't even remember the number 2 is. Who is? Does anyone know who's got the number 2?
I'm 3. I know he's just 4.
I'm 5.
I think 2 was Victoria.
Yeah.
It still is Victoria, yes.
Is it still Victoria?
It is. It's
Yeah.
still with Victoria. Stan the Band Club GB sounds a good idea. What's this one here? Well, I've never been off it, John. The amount of jobs I'm doing with Stan. You look. Did you and your van? He looks very very busy. I did ask a question the other day, Carl. I'm not sure if you see it. I see you had the old Parrot CK 3100 or 3200 hands-free kit in your van. I know they were standard fitment in Virgin Bermuda vans. I was inquiring whether or not your Ford Transit was an ex-Virgin van or not. So Simon Wallace saying he's got the 155 and it's quite good quick.
Yeah, I think it will surprise a lot of things off the line.
Yeah, no, most. I think the biggest thing is I was watching last night. It was quite an old film. I think it might be from the early millennium. It was about women and old British cars. And there was some lady on there. She'd had a Ford Anglia, and she was working in Egypt or something like that. And this Anglia was delivered to her by Fords to where she worked in Egypt in the 1960s, and she kept it for 30 odd years. And I was watching that, and I was just seeing the pictures of this old British, if we can call it a British classic, and they had bold British cars like Riley Elfs and that. And then you think of all the tech that you've got in to cars, and some guy was saying he had a Mark II Cortina, it's a 1600E, and he's gone, when they initially done all the artwork for that car, it weren't done by a computer like what it's done nowadays. It was some guy actually done a hand drawing. And someone was saying that maybe that's where cars of today, and that's my car included, have lost that kind of charm. That when you're sitting in an old, I don't know, for example, a Wolseley Riley Elf Mark II, which was kind of upmarket mini with its walnut veneer dash and Smith's clocks and that, I'd give my right arm to have another go in a car like that. I think cars like that are awesome. I got rid of the Parrot RJ and put a Kenwood. I don't blame you. The Parrot kits weren't overly brill. I think where Virgin went wrong with those kits was when they brought out the newer transits, they never put any aftermarket Parrot kits in them, any kit. They just relied on the Ford kit, and I'm sorry to say the Bluetooth Ford kit in the new transits is absolutely woeful. But yeah, just my honest opinion as regards to the kits. I've got the 155. It's quite quick. Ordered the Focus at the dealers 2 days before lockdown. Guy said it should be here by December. If they are still locked down, they had a click and collect type of thing.
Oh, it's good to know then.
Yeah.
When,
membership in the standard van. Darren Rue, I work for Ford as a plant engineer and have painted new and old Fords for Ford Heritage. Wow. Very nice to Darren. And thanks for joining the live tonight. Can I change mine next year to number 220? Oh, yeah, hey, who's got, let me even see if that is available.
It's not a bad idea, really.
220. No, unfortunately, it's gone. I can't disclose who's got it. Best to say they own, and the only information I can give on that, they do own a Ford Mustang. Yeah, yeah, that's where we are with that. Any other points? Anything that you guys want to chat about to keep everybody entertained?
Liam, you had a write-up from Stance Auto, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Somebody had, I think it was Gary Miller, he'd posted to Club about a Stance Auto magazine. So I went on, read his, found it quite interesting. And yeah, Stance Auto magazine said they want to do a little feature, a little write-up. And sure and behold, I've got in the magazine. I've had quite a lot of views on it, to be fair. I think it's 300 and... Oh, I don't even know what it's on now. Can't see that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just gone up a couple already. I know it was on the 370 mark today. But yeah, it's a good little magazine for starting up. I mean, they're not well-known published, like your big magazine companies, but from what I can see, he's doing rather well. He's getting a lot of mixture of cars all across the car scene, which is what's the word I'm looking for? It's all online, but it does come out on Amazon as well as a printed copy, which I will actually be in December's issue, which I'll be making that purchase for that to keep one for the car and one to read. Well, whichever.
Yeah, I've gone through the website and they've done a good write-up on you. They do like Jap and German and sort of try and cover every sort of base really.
Yeah.
They also did quite a nice write-up on the club as well.
I did.
Yeah.
Thanks to Anne, because it was Anne that put all the bits together on that. So I know they were saying they wanted to get more clubs kind of involved with that. So yeah, we then felt it'd be a good idea to get a bit of a write-up on there.
Yeah. I mean, there's Jazz's car there on top. Yeah, it was our last show, I think, that wasn't it?
That was Forge.
Yeah.
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 No.
It's Chalky's famous picture.
And the dancing.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. It's quite a good site.
Definitely.
Right, where was we?
Cool.
You done anything else with the car, Liam? Got any more planned or?
The only thing I've done with the car is write everything down on a whiteboard, what needs doing, and it is a rather long list, I'm afraid. So it'll be a case of do the smaller bits first, wipe them off, and then work through that list eventually. But for the moment, I've not done anything apart from clean it, fuel it, and fuel it. Yeah. Going through a lot of fuel at the minute.
I was thinking about you last night, Liam, when I was watching this lady go on about a Riley elf from the 1960s. And she mentioned about what she kept in a massive door pocket. It was massive. And she pulled it out and it was a crook lock. So all these people that think these things are new. Now this crook lock was designed to clip into the steering wheel and also into the clutch pedal. So it locks both of them. But it just goes to show you how long these devices have been out. But I see, well, hey, Liam. Yeah.
When you said, I was thinking about you last night, I was getting worried then.
Yeah, it was like the guy that had the 1600E. I don't know, I think times change a bit with what people do to modifications they want to do to the car. But what the guy said was, with the 1600E, was he said normally he'd buy a car and he'd think about putting better wheels on it. He'd think about putting body kit bits on it. He'd put about the driving lamps on the car. And he said the good thing about the 1600E, it come with all the things that you would otherwise have wanted to put on it yourself and that. But yeah, no, it was a good. I might have to try and find some of the links and share them because they was quite good. The old lady that had the Anglia, she had it for 36 years. And it failed its MOT back in the 1996, and she just could give it away to some people, and it'd been kept in this barn for another 15 odd years, and she hadn't seen the car for all this time, and she's gone in the barn. And I thought, people tell me an enthusiast is just someone that turns up at the Morrisons with all their mates. That's what an enthusiast is. That isn't what it's about. This lady summed it up. This old lady in her 70s. She's gone, there's my baby, and she just flung her body over the car as if to say, yeah, I've got me the baby in that back. And I thought, yeah, that's what an enthusiast is about. Then I'm soppy like that anyway. I'll ask her, Anne.
I remember it was originally my granddad's. It's Sea Ridge Fiesta.
All right.
1.1 Popular Plus. I don't know what was plus about it, but it was it was pretty sparkling inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember growing up with that in the family for years. And I remember it because in the back there was no belts.
Yeah.
So Dad used to go around Charlie Brown's roundabout and he used to slide. Yeah, I think it had the sunroof started leaking. And then the sunroof started leaking and the floor rusted away. So we had to sell it in the end. But
that's the kind of thing what used to happen back in the day. You always had a mate that had an electric jigsaw and used to go and buy the sunroofs for £99 from Halfords, the complete kit. And he'd be outside your flats in South London with his jigsaw, cutting a hole in it and filling it all with the mastic. And then, sod law, you had a black roof, and if I've only got a white mastic for it, and he'd do it, and it would leak. It was the sod's blinking law. RJ looks like Tommy Cooper in that photo. Cheers, that's actually an honour. Thank you. Yeah, good, can't beat a bit of older to Tommy Cooper.
Sure.
I was wondering if the OnePlus, that 1.1 litre plus, was it because it was a 1.1? Maybe. I remember for a friend of mine, I remember down in Charlton in South East London, and he had a little Sea Reg as well. Was that 1986? And he had a little black 1.3 gear. I thought it was. You know, that was when you bought a car which was maybe a gear, and you knew that you bought something that was a bit different and it was a bit special. I was watching those YouTube clips, watching one last night, guys testing out a Mark II Granada, the facelift, but the carburettor version. And he's sitting, no line, we go on about all these toys, all these gadgets you get in cars, and the Granada gear, the Mark IIs, and especially the Gear X as well. All the toys I had on, and he just showed the little map reading light in the back, and you thought, oh boy, how cool was that? He's going, hey, look, it's got headrests in the back of the car. But there was a time that if your car had headrests in it, yeah, you must have been doing kind of okay. Or you could get, I don't know if you ever had it, and you two have had it, that where you bought a car, when you look on the dash or on the consoles or something, and there's the blanking plugs where the switches, if you bought the Gear X, would have had all the gizmos. And when you bought a 2.8i, and you had all the body kit, the spoiler on the boot, the spoiler at the front with the 2.8i written on it, you just sat in it, and all that level of comfort, be it leather or Chatsworth, heated electric seats, but you look for a blanking plug and there weren't. Every single switch was accounted for. Maybe it's a bit like, I don't know, what's those new Ford models they call them now? The Vignali. Yeah, them. Maybe that's the equivalent to what a Gear X was. But if you bought the Gear X, you was buying, especially on the Mark II Granadas and that, the 2.8Is, they were with that V6 Cologne lump, they were such a beast. And the guy just sorry ranting on about it, but the guy started the engine up, and you could just remember that's the sound of it. It just unlike any other Ford that I've heard for a sound. It's absolutely awesome. So the bugs, yeah.
The Mark I Focus was quite good at hiding what spec you had, actually.
Right, okay.
Because all the buttons were, rather than having like missing buttons as such, everything was by the handbrake.
Yeah.
If you didn't have it, there wasn't a hole. You just had a different fascia to the handbrake.
That's right, yeah.
So you couldn't really tell. Well, you could tell if you looked at one and be like, oh, it hasn't got this, it hasn't got that.
Yeah.
But when you got in it, every time you got in it, you wasn't reminded that it's missing something.
Yeah, that was the thing with the Focus. Well, when I got for Frosty, I said to Lucas Ford in Essex, I said to him, it's got to have the 3 buttons by the gear lever. And they got, what's the significance? And I thought, if it's got the 3, it's got the heated steering wheel. If it's got the heated steering wheel, the person who originally bought it, they would have wanted all the little sensors and everything put onto the car. I was told many years ago when I bought an old Mark II for Ford's Sierra, it never had power steering on it. I went down in Charlton in South East London, and I bought from, they had a place there called the Tina Land, which they changed to the Sierra Land after a time. But I went in there and I bought the rack, I bought the pump, I bought the pulleys, the whole lot, fitted it all myself, and put the steering on the car. And this bloke said to me, he's gone, why don't you just go out and buy the car that's got the bits on it? It's going to be a lot cheaper. And you know what? He was the dead right. But people are still doing that now. That's nothing that has changed. You might go and buy a Focus, the Fiesta, whatever it is you're going to buy, and you'll look at something that's got the added bits onto it, and you will try and put them onto your car. I said nowadays a lot of it's not so much mechanical. It's something that needs to maybe just be adapted, a bit like Liam's car with the cruise control. My Fiesta never had the cruise control, and someone said, no, just get the bezel, to go to Ford to get them to program it. So they programmed it first. They charged me to £25 to program it. I bought the bezel, I took the airbag out, absolutely petrified me taking the airbag out. I put it in, as soon as I put it all in, it bloody worked. I couldn't believe it. And it was the only one at that particular time on a 13 plate, because they didn't put the cruise control wasn't actually on them. So you can adapt that, but you get people that are adapting not only cruise control, the power fold, the mirrors.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, because like I said, the Fiesta STs are a perfect example. Obviously, you've got your ST1, which is what I've got, which is basic. You've got your ST2, which is what Annalise has got. She's got the upgraded stereo, which is Sony, heated seats, and then I think the ST3 is all of that, but I think full powerful mirrors and a few other gadgets or other, yeah.
But when they initially brought out the Fiesta ST, so it was May 2013 when I got mine. They had the ST1, the ST2, and I said to SMC Ford, if you're watching, I think you idiots, right? I said to them, are you bringing out an ST3? And they said to me, no. I want every extra that you can put on this car, okay? So they put the parking sensors on, and the wiring job they'd done was an absolute fast on it. It come with a climate control on it, had the heated seats on it. Never had power folds, never had cruise control. It had the Sony system with a sat nav on it, which is quite tiny for what it kind of was. And I said, in America, they got the sunroofs on them. He's gone, no, that's never going to happen. So I spoke to Surrey Sunroofs, and at the time it was the only one. And people said, "Like, gosh, what are you getting a hole cut in your roof?" But yeah, that was just me, and I had that put on it. We fitted the cruise control. Before I ever got around to doing the power folds, I got rid of the car just under 3 years old. But they didn't even have the ST3 then. And when they brought out the ST, I was at Ford Fair at 2013, and these young lads are coming up to me going, "Oh wow, they didn't realise they'd done it with the sunroof, and you got all the parking sensors." They was very, I'll be honest, the young generation was very clued up on what the spec should have been on the car. Unfortunately, it wasn't what they was expecting. But he's gone, "Oh yeah, they got the ST3," and I've gone, "What?" I was quite shocked that yeah, I would have probably held on at the time, but they brought out the ST3, and that's when you seem to hear about with the total keyless entry, and the next minute Fiesta STs are getting taken right, left, and centre. To be absolutely honest, I'm not sure. I don't know if things are changing that much. Would you? I know from Liam's point of view what happened to Liam, but overall, what you hear on the news now, I don't think you hear about it as much as what you did say 2 to 2.5 years ago. Every time you went on social media, you was hearing about the Fiesta ST being taken. Have they all been taken? There ain't many left. I don't know, but I don't think you hear about it as much.
No, personally, go on, Bob.
Go on.
No, me personally, I think you don't hear about it as much because the whole car security area is improving so much lately. It's the whole car theft is just, it's slowly quietening down because we're getting one step ahead of the car thieves. I mean, I regret for being lazy and not doing anything car security wise on ours. I mean, obviously I won't say what we've got because we have got a bit more, but it's, we feel a little bit safer now knowing that we've got it, and we stand a better chance of keeping our cars than losing them at a click of a finger.
Yeah. What was you going to add to that, Bob?
I was just going to say, I remember the days. I remember when Dad got the first, the green Focus. I remember Dad got the Mark 1 Focus, and he had a steering wheel lock on it, like the big long clunky ones that go round, yeah. I mean, that's fine and all, but it's a faff every time you go in it, take it off. They sort of damage the steering wheel after a while.
I think you hear about it a lot, and I was watching a bit of an old Top Gear the other day, or was it a Grand Tour, and they was going on about the Mark 1 Sierra Cosworths and how that was the game changer for car thieves. But I remember back in the day, you could go and buy any soft metal key, and it would open up every single Ford. It wouldn't matter what, or an old British car, you get a key from that and it would open up any Ford. But back in the day, I remember that the AA done the auto locks, and it went over it went round your gear lever, Yeah, and it went over your handbrake. I remember pulling your handbrake up one day and the whole thing come off. And I thought, what a pile of rubbish that really was. Or you would be that mad. For those people that are in the chat that are old enough to remember, Harry Moss car alarms from Halfords. Before, like, the Clifford Eagles and everything else, Harry Moss were the alarm to get for your car. And you get these radar sensors, and it was a bit like the Night Rider bit that is put on top of your dash, and you get the double-sided 3M pad. And you thought, wow, yeah, I've got an alarm light on the car. And then, what was the other one you see a lot of people doing? I don't think, I'm not sure if the current generation of Ford fanatics has caught up on this, but back in the days of the Mark IV Escort, the cabriolets, the tennis, the XR for free eyes, the RS turbos, and that, people were to change the original lights at the front that had these funny clips on them, and they change them for the clear ones, and they take them apart and they put alarm lights into them. So when the car was parked up at night, you'd have the alarm lights flashing. And then you get the other people, they put them in their door handles as well. So when I see all the things that are coming out now, and I think they've already been around the block before, those kind of things don't seem to have quite have surfaced to the forefront yet. But they was all wicked ideas. You drive or walk down the road and you see this RS Turbo. It's got these little alarm LEDs, and the silly thing is, I put one in Frosty, and you think you could end up buying a battery operated one or whatever, but as soon as you put it in, if your car's safe now, no one's nicking it. Could you put some little $2.99 alarm bit, and you put them into the door cards at the tops? You get a bit mad because you're a bit OTT as regards to what you're doing. So I used to put one on the driver's door, the passenger's door, the other doors on the other sides. It got absolutely ridiculous. But the other thing that's coming back now that I see a lot, I see a lot of people go on to me and they refer to Max Power in the magazine. I was never a Max Power fan. I remember all the cars in there when they totally went overboard with it. But I remember a time much before that, where the neon lights and everything was way big before Max Power was even on the forefront. You had Fast Ford, you had Performance Ford, you had Max Power, and you had some other ones out there. But they was all pretty big then. And what you'll find now is that's coming back as well. So I wonder if those other trends will come back in as well. Me rattling on, I reckon that should have got up quite a bit in the chat, Liam chatting there.
Yeah, we've seen about Top Gear and the looking back at an old clip. Yeah, I think I know what you're on about, because there was, funny enough, I was watching a clip today. I think it was an old Top Gear. Jeremy Clarkson had a Vauxhall Nova, and there's a certain way you can start a car with that. Turn a certain car part upside down, put it in, jump start it, and away he's gone. And Richard Nabben's got the key still.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, what was the one they had when they had the had to get a convertible, and they all ended up with the same BMW?
And that was mad.
Yeah. There's it. Clarkson's one, the alarm kept going off.
Yeah.
That was like the original Clifford Eagle. There was a film come out a good few years ago. I can't remember what it's. Mighty Joe Young. Don't know if you ever watched it. About the gorilla that gets really big, and he sits on this Mercedes, and it starts going for all these tones. That's what the original Clifford Eagles had. That sounded like the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force all coming after you once. But I was going on about them clips of the women drivers driving old British cars, and this one lady said that her husband tried to pass his test and he failed, and she passed her test. And she's gone, where I was brought up with a car driving background, she knew a lot about cars, and old British cars then, be it a Ford or whatever it is you bought. She's gone, it'd be a damp morning like this morning. She's gone, I even knew before I went out to the car it wouldn't start. She's gonna go out there and she's gonna take all the spark plugs in. I'll put them all near the fireplace. I'd heat them all up on the open fire, put them back in. And I thought, would today's current generation, would that
No.
become too much with the choke and everything? I remember buying my first car that had fuel injection on it, and I thought, wow, this was like space age technology. But I don't know if, like me, maybe it's where I've got really old. But I honestly believe I miss that kind of. I do really miss that, getting in that classic car when we go to car shows. Liam and Bob to tell you, when we've been to car shows, Liam's got a thing about the big wing Fords, and do you know what? Those guys that have spent all their money on their cars, I take my hat. It isn't me personally, but I have to respect anyone that has spent that amount of money on a car. Take me to where the old Morris Marina is, the old British car. That's what I'm looking at. The TR befores, the TR5s, the Triumph Stags, E-Type Jags, all those kind of things. But there's just something about those classics that I would love to get into. An old Mark II like Escort, a 1.3 popular, whatever. Get into it and think, yeah, hold on, it's not like, oh, I've got to put a key in. I can't remember the last time I put a key in a car. But do you know when they brought out all that push start, did we not all think that was such a great thing? Have we not got lazy now that we would just love to go back to get in a car, put your key in the ignition, pull your choke out, press your like accelerator pedal, just get a little bit of fuel in there and see if you've got what it takes to start the car. Me personally, I would love to bring those the days and that back, but I'm curious to know what people have picked up on all that chat. What's the first car pair of you actually remember being in as a kid?
Yeah.
It would have been a. Trying to think now. It would have been a Ford Fiesta.
It wasn't that 1.1 plus, was it?
No, I can't think what it is. But then this was before I was into no
bollocks.
I think it was just a bog standard one. I think it was just a bog standard Ford Fiesta.
Okay.
It was nothing special.
I think mine was Dad's Fiesta, or my granddad's Fiesta.
The first cars I remember, my dad had a Datsun 120Y. I remember him doing the Starsky and Hutch impersonations in a multi-story car park in Bexhill. I thought it was absolutely awesome. Old Mercs. But the one car apart from the Datsun I really remember, funnily enough, was a Riley Elf. I just that's when I first see. Don't know if you guys probably don't remember, but the traffic light air fresheners in the cars, which you can still buy now. They're just really, really expensive, and people wearing driving gloves. Mad. I'm wondering what people in the chat remember as the first car as a kid that you remember going. Have you got them the memories? Was it something outlandish? Was it a Ford? Was it an old British car? Was it some Japanese car? Maybe an American car?
I remember going from the Mark 1 Focus to the Mark Wheezy. And obviously the Mark 1 Focus had the key and the blade, and it worked half the time, and it didn't work. And I got into Wheezy and be like, oh, there's nowhere to put the key. Where would I put the key?
Just going having a quick look on chat. What we got there? Thank you for all the car. We'll get it out as soon as possible. Oh. I think I'm way off the mark here. Bags in number 2 membership. Let's go again. Oh.
Where are we?
It's surprising how quickly the chat and that. I think I might be getting there a bit. Hope Leeds will be going ahead next year. What's happening in
My first
Leeds?
week.
Oh, is that
That's where we're up to, yeah.
Squires, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Right, okay, I think we might be getting this. Here's Tommy Cooper. That's the bit about Leeds. Will be my first meet. Hope so. Looking forward to it. A Vignali or nothing. All the toys on that one. No, I agree. I've not been in one, but I can only presume what they must be like. Ford security is not very good. I've edited that for you, Carl. I'm being good. Can't be Pandora for security. Okay. Does anyone know what Pandora is? Either you or Leah?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Viper V1. I've heard a lot about the Viper tickets, to be honest. I've heard a lot of good things. I think the thing that maybe surprises me, people that have got the system what I've got on my car, they got Viper. I've not got Viper. I know with the one that I've got on Frosty, if I can't nick it, then nobody else has got a bloody chance, to be honest. But then back in the day, they used to say, you know what, if people want the car hard enough, it's gonna be gone. I've got RFR wallets for my car. Yeah, no, I think we've got we've got a deal with someone that does them, haven't we? I know I've got one of them for wallets. Yeah. There's so much car crime at the moment, from stealing the cats to a whole car keyless ignition. Yeah, it's gone very, very mad. Swipe the pad on the screen, Harry Moss alarm. Yeah, they was like the bee's knees. Screwdriver ignition, key from Mark 5 Cortina. Yeah, very much so. It's so silly now. Vans are going all the time. I have this lock, pedal lock, hidden OBD, and kill switch on the stand. I should have put that on that stand as well as a Viper V06. All that to stop a non-earning from. I agree. It's mad what we've got to do. Remove the rotor arm. Do you know what? That's what people used to do, or remove that one, like the main coil lead, wasn't it? Or to do what someone did. I was saying in the staff chat last night. Some bloke, they tried to nick his Jag and he took an engine out of it. It's been about 2 hours trying to get into it. Oh, you want to read that one out, Lynn?
Yeah, my eyes gone blurry. Chris has put, you can slow car thieves down, but unfortunately you'll never stop them. If they want it, they'll take it, which I agree on. What she said there.
People. I think,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what John said.
That's what I mean. They'll always find a way to take it.
Okay, so Bob, do you want to read that one out about the Pandora?
Yeah, with Pandora, I have immobilizer, worldwide tracker, anti-hijack, and can sense someone around the car. I can also have the engine on my Focus SD225. Sorry, I can also start the engine on my Focus 225 from my phone or key fob, like Pandora.
Yeah,
that sounds quite good to be fair.
Yeah, so I think there was a lot of things. I remember, like I do remember, even with the Harry Moss things, they had the radar function. So if anyone could come near your car, they had the tilt function. If someone tried to jack your car up and take your wheels off.
Yeah, it would do.
I think ahead of a lot of those features that they're bringing out today, and they're bringing it out in a different light. They was out there before. I'm not saying that alarm was any kind of good to be honest. The old days can't beat the smell of petrol when a car's starting. Yeah, for many a car like that. Liam, do you want to read that one?
Yeah, Carsport never had keyless. Love having a key. Most young ones would hate a choke now. Pulling out just the right place.
Yeah. Well,
same old school era as RJ. Moss alarms, AA handbrake lock. What about the Matsu brand stereos and rear shelf speakers?
They was. Yeah, you know what? They was mad. Ian going on about that. I remember I picked up a black 28i gear injection Mark II Granada, and the boot was so massive on it. It was a bit like some Italian job where you was going to put the bodies in the back, but it was quite a high line to get them bodies in the back to begin with. But someone had actually put in the back we weren't a parcel shelf because it was booted. you had the bit at the back that if you was very well to do, you might have put your little hats on the back or your boxes of tissue. This guy didn't do none of that. He put two 400 watt 12-inch JBL subs in it. And I remember turning stereo, listening to Black Sabbath on it, and it sounded immense. It was mad. Those good old days for sure. Facebook user, evening everyone. Let me see if I can find out. That's from Pete Maskell. Hi Pete, hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Carl was remembering an Austin 1300. Anyone else remember an Austin 1300? My dad bought a Mark II Escort 1979 in orange. That would have been probably a T-Reg. Yeah, it's at a time when I pretty much was up there with every car on the road. I loved it. Ian Adley's hit the nail on the end here, on the head. Yes, mate, that's exact. I've actually got one in Frosty, but the centre's all gone, and I begrudge paying another £14 for a traffic light air freshener. To be honest, Boris Johnson is self-isolating. Just thought I'd highlight that one for you. Yeah, it's made Dave, first car I remember buying was my Talbot Horizon in rusty metal colour. Yeah, was Talbot weren't Talbot bought out by Peugeot, I think, in the end, weren't they? Were they part of the Peugeot, that French I had a Talbot Solara GLS. It was a bit like a Gear X GLS. Do you not remember that with the Ford Sierra? You had the gear, but they had a GLS version. But the GLS weren't quite as good as what the gear was.
My mum had a.
That is from Pete Maskell, the Liam.
So he's put my first car memory was Dad's Armstrong Sidley.
I have no idea what an Armstrong Sidley is, but it sounds it doesn't sound like something you'd want to get run over by.
My mum had a Ford. I think it was a Scorpion. I think.
Oh right, okay.
A very long time ago.
Yeah.
I remember one time when we was living in Birkenhead, we'd travelled from Cumbria for the weekend for family, because that's where our family lived.
Yeah.
We stopped off at a petrol station at services. I must have been 8, maybe 7 or 8, if that. She was getting some fuel, and I remember this story to the day because she keeps telling me. Because she told Anne Louise, she'd given me some money to pay the fuel, and I said to her when I was a kid, like, "Can I have some money to get something to eat?" As you do. So I went in, I got my sweets or chocolate or whatever. Got in the car, we drove off, thought nothing of it. Woke up the next morning, and I said to my mum, I've got £20. And we was trying to think, and I think from what she was saying was, I'd bought my sweets and forgot to pay for the petrol.
All right.
But yeah, from this day, like I say, she keeps reminding me because she was telling somebody here, if you remember that. Mum, the petrol. So
we got Project STRS is saying my dad's Bluebird. Got a quick story about a Bluebird. When I lived in SEA, I do apologise. When I lived in Plumstead in South East London, our neighbour, the West Indian gentleman called Michael, he come and knocked on our door one Christmas time. It was winter, and he hadn't put any antifreeze in his car, and he's gone. The engines froze. He called out in his car mechanic bloke. He flushed it all out. He put all antifreeze in there. Went to start the car, and it started up. And that's after everything had frozen in the engine. So Nissan Bluebirds, boy, they built like the trains that were designed to go on and on and on. You want to do this one, Bob, from Chris?
Yeah, John bought me a Fiesta a few years ago. We got it home rather late at night, and it was stolen from the driver at night. Reported it stolen, but unfortunately the police weren't interested. Yeah,
Cool.
it's not there.
Leighton Harden's got a good one. Again, it's a vehicle that a lot of people dislike, a lot of people hate. Personally, I'm a fan of British cars, and I don't agree with Richard Hammond. I thought this was a cracking little car, but not a lot of people can agree with me on that. But then I'm patriotic, and I'm proud to be. I'm proud of old British cars. Austin Allegro, yeah, no, I like them. Leighton, good shout on that one. John, Dad's old oh, wow. So should I even say that probably one of the best vans I ever went in? Where you would sit in the driver or passenger seat, you had the engine cover. Yeah, the engine cover was in the side. It had a little lock. And you used to see people like, I don't know, maybe you get your cup of drink and you take the cover off with the engine running. You can see everything going on. And you'd warm up your sandwiches and your cup of tea, and the sliding doors on the Bedford when you're going along, maybe the M1 or whatever, and you see them poor workmen that have put out all their cones and someone puts their leg out and knocks them all down. You're going on cracking vehicle, Bedford, to see you. Liam, do you want to say that one?
Steve has put evening all. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, don't worry if you're late, you're still here. That's what matters.
Cool.
Good to
on
see
for
you.
Bob.
I love my dad's Hillman Hunter. That was car.
Yeah, I've got a little bit on the Hillman Hunter as well. Where I come from in South East London as a kid, they were used by the CID. So you knew as a kid, if you see a Hillman Hunter, you run down the market as fast as you could. John saying hi to Cole. Cole, hi. Hope you and Victoria and the family are well. We scouted a nearby rough housing estate, found it and brought it back home. Needless to say, it didn't feel like my car then, so we didn't have it long. Oh, that's not cool. Chris saying hi, Carl. Do you want to read that one, Liam?
Yeah, so Steve's put, my granddad had the first Skoda in our town. Loved it so much. Bought a new one in 1981. That's before my time.
Did we? Yeah, I was 15. The original. I'm thinking of that original Skodas that I remember back then. They was quite definitive shape. You would have known by looking at it that it was a Skoda. I can't remember what they was called though. To be honest, Hunter was a great car. My mate's dad had. Yeah, reminiscing there. Hillman Imps. Did they not do a Hillman Imp like the Triumph Herald? I know on the Triumph Herald, was it called the Vitesse or the Vinesse, something like that? Instead of having one headlight like that, it had two headlights going on top of each other, and you knew that it was a top spec. And they done the same with the Hillman Imp, which again was an absolutely awesome car. John saying he had an Allegro as well. Warm up the fish and chips on it though, very much so. Yeah, I did actually. I did buy one, a Bedford CF. It was in. I don't know if I should say it's not going to do me internet cred any good. It was in pink. It had a wide body kit on it. Tina was livid that I bought it, and we used it to travel from where we lived in Plumstead to Eltham to go and do the weekly food shop. Needless to say, when we got out the food shop to start it, the battery was flat because the alternator was no good on the van. A friend of mine come to pick us up in his Mark 5 Cortina, and we're going through a contraflow section on a normal road, 30-mile-an-hour road in Eltham, and I didn't like how quickly he was going in the Cortina, so I put my foot on the anchors, and the whole of the back axle come off of the Cortina. It was quite mad, to be honest. Do you want to read that one, Liam?
Yes, so Ian's put, my old boss many years back had to drive up steep hills in Devon in reverse. Right, okay. How about that was a sight?
Skoda Estelle. Can we get a picture up of a Skoda Estelle? I'm dying to know if that's the same one as what I think
We
it
were
is.
just looking for one now.
Believe this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a name for a different country, but
along that shape. It was quite
Yeah.
iconic around that car. Human Adventure is the first I remember. Dad hand painted it in a lovely blue from leftover paint. Yeah, Human Adventure. I remember we had one of them in the cab office, and there was a big commotion outside. The axle had come off the back as well. And passengers were still in the car as it was going down the road. It might have been the same Human Adventure that they painted in the start gear nuts red with the little white lines going down it.
Yeah, sorry. Mum, while you're on it, how long was the Fiesta in the family for? You can just put that in the comments. Yeah, I just want to know that was all.
My dad had a Skoda and a Lada and also a Hillman Imp.
I think John's pushing the boat out in a minute.
Yeah. Victoria, hi Vic, hope you're well. Talking of Allegros, when I was little, my dad had one. It was green. I remember the seats being really comfy. Yeah, they did a Vanden Plas version. Again, we're talking about the Gear X Vanden Plas in a kind of Austin range, were kind of very much up there comfort. And when you look at the cars now and you think, oh, it's got leather interior, weren't they, like compared to the leathers what they put in the older Allegros and that, they were like proper things with. And you looked at the tables, and you know you get picnic tables on the back of the seats, proper wood veneer picnic tables. It was like a whole dining room in the back of an Austin Allegro. It was absolutely mad. Rolls can hardly. Lovely and comfy, horrible suspension. Evening Victoria. Oh, and Alex Wilson, 12 years about-ish. Hey, I think we've kept up on it. I did see you had a picture of the Fiesta in that up, Bob.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, sorry. Yeah, so that's what I remember. That's one being like slightly lighter shade of blue, but same shape, everything. I remember it because the bonnet opened what would today be the wrong way. It opened towards the front of the car.
Yeah. I was saying to Tina when we was watching the old program last night, if you look at the mirrors on the doors, you're going to refer to them. We should all refer to them as wing mirrors, but you'll notice those wing mirrors ain't on the wings; they're on the doors. You go by those old British Fords and old British cars; they were on the wings, and they was quite a way down on the wing. And if you look at that same car and you look at where the indicator is on the wing, on things like the Triumph, I think it was the Triumph Heralds and that, you had the little clip there, and you had one on either side. And when you unclipped it, not only did the bonnet open, but the wings opened, the headlight moves, the whole of the front of the car, and you thought that's what you call to open up the front of the car. Absolutely immense. But the times have changed, and we currently have the crop of cars we have. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of class people out there that have a lot of old classic cars, and a lot of old can we call them British European spec Fords, old cars that I love seeing on the club. And also when we go to these shows, as I've said before, they're probably my favourite kind of shows, when we go to the likes of Bromley Pageant and Cars in the Park, that kind of thing, when you can appreciate when you go past a stand, and it means something to you personally. What I might look at the Toyota MR2s, Liam's going to think, well, what's he going on about with them? But it's because something as personally has happened to you, and you've had one, or someone in your family had one, and it means something personal.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not that old.
Cool. Well, we've got a few more. Comments. Have a look. I'll let you go. I'll just highlight them up, and you guys can read them out.
Yeah, Carl Hope, our fond memories of Dad's Triumph Acclaim. Lovely.
Yeah, I remember them as well. Awesome.
John says, rolls downhill but can hardly get up the other side. Liam?
My eyesight's going. I learned to drive in a Mark II Fez. Ooh, that'd be right.
Yeah.
Take me back. Chris has put Dad also an old Ford. Can't remember which model, but I do remember the trafficators didn't work, so I had to slide across the back seat to wave my hand out the windows every time. I just imagine that. Well, which way are we going? Oh, hang on.
Christine saying, evening to Victoria. Hi, all. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're fine, thank you. And hi, John. So, I asked the question, what cars you remember as a kid? Something goes mad with the government and you can't have an up-to-date car anymore. It's got to at least be 15 to 20 years old. What would you get?
Should we do a Ford and then a non-Ford?
Could do, yeah. Yeah.
Liam, I can see the cogs turning. You got anything in mind?
it's quite an awkward question. You think it's going to be an easy one, but it isn't.
I would, for a Ford, I would probably say a Sierra Cosworth, because that's just like a dream Ford to own for most people.
Yeah,
and yeah, it is something special, I think.
Non-Ford.
I don't know. I don't know for non-Fords. I'd probably just say I either want a Ford Sierra Cosworth or whatever, or nothing at all, if I'm honest.
yeah.
RJ, you got any in mind?
Yeah, do you know what? My Ford's very easy, and people like Carl and Victoria should know that. It's in red. It's a Mark II Escort. It's an RS2000. There's nothing else I would want. The harder choice is then going to non-Ford, because it would be British, and the list would be so endless, but it would be something along the lines: a Triumph Dolomite Sprint 16 valve, an E-Type Jag, a Triumph Stag, something along that, a Triumph TR5, TR4 to TR6. I would love anything along that lines, but when the roads get tough and horrid, can I just get back in my own car? How about yourself, Bob? Ford, old Ford, and the non-Ford.
How old are we talking? Was it 15 years?
Yeah.
So
you can change the plate on your car now, aren't you?
Yeah. It'd have to be a Mark 1 Focus, ST170 estate.
Yeah.
Because you don't see many of them around. And nothing handles like a Mark 1 Focus. Not even the Mark 3s.
Yeah. How about a non-Ford?
God, I don't know. I don't know, actually. It's quite a tough one.
I think it's hard.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not something that you sort of you think about every day.
So I think I'd have to add that frog-eyed Sprite into the mix as well, to be honest.
I'll probably go for one of the old Jags, XJs. XJ6, not the B8s. Straight 6 with the rectangle headlights.
I think I'd probably have a Subaru if it was non-Ford.
Yeah.
Not Scooby.
Down in my SDI 3.5 litre Rover on that, and I put up the 8. No, they're quite mad. There's some awesome cars out there, and like I said, when we go to those shows, I've only got the amount of admiration that those people have. It's a bit like these women in these YouTube videos. I will have to get some links and that out, but. The lady with the Wolsey Riley Elf, she's up until the program, she still kept it, and it was unfortunately her husband passed away 18 months after he bought the car, and he had an old Jag, a really old Jag, like a Spectre Morse Jag, and the Mark II. And he's gone, yeah, but when we could go out on a long trip, I'll drive you, but when you go round town, you're a woman, so be careful. You can drive that. But she's gone 18 months later, he died, and it was the last thing he bought me. She's gone, I'd never get rid of the car. But yeah, do you want to pick out some bits in chat? Hopefully that got people thinking about what they would pick as regards to that. I'm curious.
Don't know if you can find a name for this one. They said that they have a Mark 1 Golf GTI.
Mate, and I agree with you. Mark 1 Golf. Yeah. I had a GLS, and that was absolutely awesome. It was Tina hated it, but it was as rapid as anything. So yeah, a great choice.
Ian says Mark 2 Cortina for me. Another good choice. Liam, do you want to do the honours?
Carl, I need to go with Specsavers. Carl Scott puts 20 years back, Defo and RS Escort, non-Ford 3 Series BMW. That's a good choice, that actually. 3 Series BM.
325i, Tatura. Yeah, I'd like to have a go.
Dave says, just had an 04 Fiesta Flame, but if I could, it would be a Capri. Non-Ford would be a DeLorean.
Yeah, wow. Good choice.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need a bigger garage.
Yeah.
He's gone. We'll have more.
Liam,
yeah. Sorry, I'm wondering what our RJ's up to. Having about 5 minutes. John's put, I'd love a PA Cresta or a Zodiac Mark III.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Project ST Escort Mexico has to be for me.
But which colour?
Carl Hope says same as me, James. Red Mark II RS 2000.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Victoria said would love a Mexico in green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say blue for me in Mexico, I think. Who's that? I don't know who that is. They've put Escort.
Leighton.
He was coming up earlier with his photo and his name saying, what's his name, and suddenly it's now Facebook user.
Because it's gone in an old car now, the technology is different.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's put Escort Cozzy. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Steve says Rover 3500 SD1. I think that's the one you was on about, wasn't it?
Yeah, beast of a car. Don't know if you guys ever been in one of them, but I remember I was going to buy just a 2-litre version, and you go in it, and you look at the dash, and the whole of the dash is a clock. Dials from one. I wonder what's going over on that side. It was that massive, and those. Do you know who's going on about those Riley Elfs and that? It's a bit like the Mini. The clock's right in the centre. When you look at you're in the driver's seat, you've got a glove box there where you'd expect your clocks and that to be. Quite mad, but awesome choice there, Steve. To be honest.
Chris says Lotus Cortina or Zodiac Mark III.
Yeah.
Choices.
Now, no one want to pick a Lotus Carton?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wow. Got totally ripped up by one of them once, so it absolutely mad. Nissan Skyline R34. Great choice.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a hell of a lot of cars there. Some hell of a lot of awesome cars. Absolutely amazing. A V8 3.5 litre. Yeah, they was I think they was that time of year. I remember many years ago watching, they do like what they do for Ford Fest, where you have the drag strip and that, and some bloke had taken his SDI Rover over to America, and it was up against all the muscle cars, and it left it dead. They didn't have the normal 3.5 litre engine in it. But then I see the same thing. It should be on YouTube. The Nissan Duke they done something to the engine in that, and it just tore away and left everything to for the dead on the there. It was absolutely mad. So we've been chatting for an hour and a half. It's time for us to wind down. What you guys got planned for upcoming week?
Work, unfortunately. Yeah, that's about it, really. Yeah.
Not a lot, to be fair. Take it as it comes and take it nice and steady. Wait for some. Wait for a couple of deliveries to come in that we've managed to find. But yeah, apart from that, nothing really.
Cool.
Yeah, nothing special.
Okay. Same old. I have to be polite, don't I? Non-Ford Triumph Herald convertible. Wowzer. Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, those are people that know I don't know. I'm self-employed. I work from home. I resell on various platforms. So for me, I'm in Q4. It's really, really busy. There's always stuff to be done. I've just started up, for those that follow me on Facebook, I've just started up the RJ's, the Dragons and that, which I'm really looking forward to that and getting more stock on there. So if you want a dragon for Christmas or a piggy, give me a shout. But yeah, it's going to be another mad week. We've had a lot of orders over the weekend. But yeah, just want to say those people that have done orders, we will be getting them out as soon as we can. We get asked a lot. I think people think we only do orders UK. We've got a nice order going out Monday, going to a member in Slovakia who bought some good bits. But if anyone wants anything and they want it Christmas wrapped, birthday wrapped, hopefully we can get something about that up, Bob, on the website as well. It's a service that we can offer from that. Yeah, but just want to thank Bob for setting up tonight, for Liam for joining in, all the hard work, all the staff that have been in the worked tirelessly in the background, that have been working and keeping a high, been keeping an eye on the chat on the various platforms. Good to see some old faces come on. Good to see Vic and Carl join as well. Good to see the occasional picture of Anne spinning around. Is she dressed up as the unicorn again?
No, she's not dressed up as a unicorn.
Oh, it ain't Tuesday.
No. No. In her pajamas.
Cool. Right, well, that's kind of it from me. Don't know if you guys. I think Bob's got a little picture of some dragons I can see.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Oh, that's my pigs.
There's a dragon. There you go.
That is my pigs, and they're my dragons. Yeah. Cool. A dragon will put a smile on your face. Do we have a decal design facility or company? Do we have a decal design facility or company? Let us know what you're after, Ian. You can email us at fullclubgb@gmail.com or send us a message.
We can normally make it in-house design-wise. Depends what you want, size-wise and etc. But
yeah, we can try and do.
We'll try and sort something out.
Yeah, to try and do designs. We're hoping it's been an absolutely terrible year, and I hope that this year comes to close and it's a lot of good news for all the right reasons, and we can all, you know what, having a car club, having a car and having the shows and everything doesn't even touch the iceberg to personal life and life for people that have died. I hope we get some normality back, that people can just get back to a normal way of life, and things like Ford and car shows and cars are an added bonus on top. So yeah, I just wish everyone stay safe out there, and yeah, we're always here to listen. We do back for mental health and everything else. You know, it's not easy, especially if people have been furloughed and that, and they're working from home and they're suffering from anything at all. No, John, I'm not going to talk about them bears. Those bears are bad taste bears. We can't talk about them. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, we follow the hidden disabilities as well. The club backs that, as well as a lot of other stuff. So it isn't just we're here for car clubs and show the cars. If anybody wants to talk about anything and they feel, you know what, there's a little bit of despair, we're all there to help. And I'd like to think that all the staff on the club, and there's a lot of members there as well, that if you're having a bad day, yeah, just annoy me at 2:30 in the morning. I don't honestly. I'm not saying I'm going to answer the phone at 2:30, so I won't, but I might. So yeah, that's enough for me. Bob, you got anything to add before we?
Just a general wind down. Again, thanks to all the sponsors for this year. I know it's not been a great one for shows, but you still sort of stuck by us. Everyone who's been on tonight and everyone who's in the club, active and all that. Again, thanks. It means quite a lot. Staff as well. Staff have done an amazing job. Yeah, we will try and do these more regular and keep everyone up and hopefully entertained and up to date. Liam.
Yeah. Liam, got anything you want to add?
Yeah, you've pretty much gone over it, but you know, like I say, thanks to everyone who's joined in tonight. Yeah, it's been a laugh. Obviously, we look forward to the next one. Try and get some more people on. Maybe get someone on the show with us. You know, like I said, like Bob said, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to the staff who work hard in the background, keeping an eye on things. Yeah, been a blast, and like I say, look forward to the next one.
Okay. Before we finally do go, Liam, don't disconnect, because when we end, we're to still be on this chat. Okay, so don't disconnect from your end. We will get something up when the next live is going to go out, so keep a listen out for that. But apart from saying a massive thank you to everybody, from Bob to Liam to Anne to Chris and John and Nathan and Mel and Sarah and Liam and everybody. And if I probably have forgotten someone, I'll probably get a PM later saying, why have you forgotten me? Yeah. Also other people that work in the background that do put in a long shift as well. They may support Tottenham. That isn't my fault. But yeah, it's a lot of people we don't kind of hear about that do still help their partners a lot. So thanks to all those people as well. Everyone, look after yourselves, to take care, and we will see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.